Hey there guys, Elton McFall here. So yeah, I wanted to take this opportunity with the little amount of sunshine coming through the window here in the dark apartment here in the old part of the city here in the East End in Hochelaga, where windows like this unfortunately are synonymous with the old buildings, and they're just, you know, that was just the norm back then. They didn't, I don't know, people didn't have a vision to make things with lots of sunlight. You know, that didn't happen until post-war, till after World War II, you know. Same thing with cars. The glass started becoming larger and it had wraparound glass. Case in point, the 59 Chevy that I built here, for example. Yeah, that's moi with my mom and my brother back in the 90s. Yes, sir. Anyway, there's my father-in-law with my nieces. There's a gift one of you guys gave me, one of my subscribers. Little painting he did. There's Jack's license plates he gave me, with the exception, of course, of the plate here, which was on my 65 LeSabre. There's a clock I bought last year that I never actually bothered advertising because, well, I liked it, and not only that, I bumped into it and it stopped working, so I figured I'd drop the value, and I don't know how to fix it. But definitely a very rare Australian piece, and I think one of a kind. Anyway, without much further ado, yes, I have started another heavy truck model after having completed the painting of the GMC New Look, which I'm very happy with it. May or may not replace this camera because the lens is working great, but not great in the sense of staying too steady. So it's probably from having dropped the damn thing too many times. So yeah, man, here she is. Let's put her a bit in the sunlight, this box here, along with my vintage ads and stuff. Look at that. You know what's funny? It's I bought this kit, I'm pretty sure it was just over 2 years ago, right here in my neighborhood. It was just a few blocks away. It was advertised online with another kit from about that era, from about 1980, of an international TranStar cab over. So I haven't built that yet, and I got both of them for a song. I got it for, I think, like maybe a little more than 50 bucks a piece, you know, and it's just typical AMT. High quality there. And by the way, I'm filming with my camera with the Canon because I don't know, the phone lately, it seems like it's flaking out on me a bit. Like I bought new headphones and I thought it was recording a video, and it wasn't. It was, but not with the sound. So anyway, it's a really yeah. So Mack R series, or this one in particular, R6855. R68 SST. So I'm supposed to, I would imagine that means supercharged or super turbo or something. And these rigs, you know, I'm so glad to finally be able to have the time to start putting it together, because that Bulldog really symbolized a lot. For one thing, these trucks, especially this model, this is their flagship model. This is like, you know, the 57 Chevy of Mack trucks. It's just, it was built from 65 up until the early 2000s. You know why? Because again, like I always say in my videos, you know, they don't make them like they used to, and you know, at that time, even into the early 2000s, there still existed that expression, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, again, it had a run of, like, you know, four decades practically. And that's, I don't think that's going to be happening for a lot of products being built now, and they're not going to be built in 20, 30, 40. Anyway, you get the idea. So they're synonymous with heavy-duty trucking, you know, construction in particular, and that, you know, dump trucks and semis carrying heavy loads, and crane trucks and all that. And this one, there's a vintage Grumman, by the way. Grundig, not a Grumman, excuse me. Anyway, so this piece, so I bought these kits, like I said, 2 years ago, and they still had the plastic. Like they, I'm not even sure if they were open or not, and so that was a really good deal, because these are going for over $100 a piece easily on the old eBay there. Not that I buy and sell anything nowadays. Look at this. This is beautiful. That's a 55 French Canadian ad. You know, back when everybody smoked, nobody really gave a shit that it was bad, and they're better off in certain instances. So as you can see, I got some paint cans here, because yeah, I do my painting in here. I got it all set up there after doing this a few years now. I got it, not a perfect, like a perfectly, but very good to in the sense that, I wonder if I put on the hallway light, is there going to be any more light here? Peterbilt painting I did, I think the year I moved in here, 2013. Anyway, yeah, and so I at first, as you know, or I don't know if you know, but anyway, I'd have like a little paint booth box set up here. But the thing is that once the air was coming in from outside, that would be pushing the fumes in. It wasn't the best thing really, and it affected the paint sometimes too, because if it was just the slightest cold, the paint will crack. So what I did is I have this closet right where I keep all these model kits that I've built or I have to build right here, as you can see. I'm probably going to do that Caprice next, that Impala. I did this in the 90s, but not as a fire chief. I got something planned for that. There's the box for the Freightliner, the Diamond Rio, the Dodge. That's what I'm going to do next, right here. Can I actually turn this like this? Yeah. Yeah, but this is more like a 50s type of, maybe 60s type of car carrier. I love car carriers. Not only that, it's going to be cool to put my cars on there and save some room as well, you know. There's a kit that I made a trade with Julian a couple of years ago. This one I picked up recently. Actually, oddly enough, the guy was one of my subscribers. And that's another one I built in the 90s. But I'm going to do a much better job than that one, though. There's one I bought in Verdun last year for 10 bucks, missing a rear bumper. It's going to be a junker. So anyway, I opened this up because, yeah, this is another one I got to build right here. And I was using the inside of that box for some of that green paint because I did some little boo-boos on the cab of the Mack. I'll get that in a minute. Get there in a minute. And so yeah, I'm using this basically as my paint booth. It's perfect. There's nothing, look, all underneath is all like just different stuff, nothing really of value. I got a bunch of magazines under that U-Haul box, whatever, no, they're fine. And you know, it's good. It's I take this light here with the two lights and I set that up well right here next to me. I see well. I got my mask on, and again, the door, I have it pretty well sealed up, as you can see right here. Make sure that this is really sealed in case you're doing, I think even the bottom especially, you have to seal that well with cardboards. That's what I do, because if not, well, you don't want the fumes to get out. Look right there, you see? I have to kick them in a bit. Yeah, so there you go. And so now, yeah, we come to the Mack truck. Okay, so interestingly enough, this kit is so old. The instructions are good, but not amazing on certain things. Right here on step 2, I hit a wall here. I couldn't figure out how these two pieces fit there, the front plate of the block. And anyway, whatever. I got my engine set up here. Look at that. With the chassis, the wheels are on there. Looking really swell. Looking pretty spiffy. And all the frame and all those, most of those pieces I spray painted. Came out very nice. Got your, I think, a compressor tank there, and I just put the air tanks today. Looks very good, very realistic. Gold is probably not the correct gold for the engine, but whatever. Big, what do they call it? Not Dynaflow. What's it called? Jeez, I forgot the name. Maxidyne, I think that's what the name of it is. Because Mack built their own engines, which was a big deal. I'm sure, I doubt that's the case anymore, but I could be wrong. So anyway, looking very good, very solid. Made all my touch-up paints in different places I might have missed with the spray paint can there. And I just noticed I didn't put in the transmission tree. That should be okay. I don't think that's a big deal. Instructions, like I said, they're pretty good, but some things are kind of vague. I'm trying to figure out where. This is clear cut. All this stuff I think is okay. Again, they don't show the numbers on the trees for the parts. That's a bit annoying, actually. You have to, see what I mean? There's no numbers. You have to actually check out this guide here. So that's kind of annoying. You're sort of like, I find it's kind of like losing time when they're not on the trees, you know. But again, everything comes at a price, whatever. For what I paid for this, it's a deal, you know. And obviously, you know, a small room like this, you know, I have to have the windows at least a bit open because today it's very cold. It's like -9. Very below normal. Today is March 28th, and I got my dashboard here, right there. So everything's painted, ready to go. There's the interior. I did just sort of like a quick job. You know, I blended also some gold and silver, trying to match the. I checked online what the color of the interiors were, you know. And that's pretty much it for now. Oh yeah, and I didn't show you, right, oh, here's the front hood. And I gotta tell you, this is maybe the nicest paint job I ever did. Because actually I sanded this like 3 times. So it's got 3 coats on here. So you can see it looks quite good. Very, very satisfied with that. It's not perfect. I thought about putting a clear. I'm like, what do I put a clear for? It's as shiny as... It's like Ed told me. He's like, well, what do you know, you don't need to put a clear. The paint jobs were often, especially at that time, often were not perfect. I've got the cab over here. because I did some touch-ups on it here. So I took a marker, a black felty marker, and did around the windows. And I tried to do the wipers by hand, but the silver and the door handles, and that was a disaster. I had to retouch them up with the green paint. But it looks very good. So I'm going to do those around those vent windows by chrome foil, and yeah, but it's really cool. And yeah, again, this kit is so old. Even when I'm done with it, I'm not going to throw the box out. I think, I don't know, worst case scenario, I'll just like take it apart on the ends and kind of fold it, not folded, but so it's flat stored somewhere. You know, I know Ed did that with a couple of his models he gave me. One of them is that old Revell Chevy Nomad, that 57. So that I'd like to get to that one day too. And like this one here, he gave me this Johan Cadillac. No, it looks cool the way it is, even though it's not painted. He did a very good job with it. Why just leave it like that? I mean, he made that like, you know, probably late 80s or something, mid 80s, you know. And yeah, that's about it. Anyway, I got some chicken reheating in the oven. I'm gonna go check that out. Very satisfied with the way it's going. There's your tanks and all that. And after that, like I said, I'm gonna do that Impala Fire Chief, but not as a Fire Chief. And actually, I saw that the reason why I bought that model, for one thing, was available at a local toy store like a few blocks from here. And it was actually from a guy I'm subscribed to. This guy's very sharp. I don't know his name. You know, channel's called HPI Guys, something like that. I don't know what it means, but he features all the newest models. And this kit came out or reissued 2 years ago. And I said, man, I got to build it. I love fire vehicles. But then I was thinking about it the other day watching a movie. I'm like, no, you know what? I was gonna do it like the box, you know, red, like you saw. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And I thought, you know me, I like doing things usually original. And you can actually build that kit like 3 ways, man. You got like the original wire-looking caps, and then you got like the Krager mags, and then there's something else I'm not remembering. Oh yeah, and they got the wheels. They look like regular hubcaps, but you can sort of paint them into dog dishes. And I figure I got something in mind for all that, those you know, Fire Chief decals and the lights and all that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, you know, but it's you gotta have patience and you gotta have some time, and you know. So anyway, that's about it. And by the way, if you enjoy watching my stuff there, because you know, some of you, I don't know if you know, I got over 10,000 videos. I've been doing this since 2018. Total obsessive behavior. But if you want to show your love, and it would be very appreciated, because sales have been very low of my vintage magazine ads. Look at this. This is all Porsche ads. I put all this together yesterday. It's all Porsche ads. We're Porsche related, and I said, anyway, so I'm trying to... I was lucky I sold all my Volkswagen ads last week to a really cool guy for $100. Well, apart from that, all week, pretty much nothing. So if you want to send me something as a token of appreciation, or if not, check out my Kijiji link, or check me out on Facebook to see what I have for sale. But if you want to send me something, 10 bucks, 20, or 50 bucks, whatever, my email is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. eltonmcfall, M-C-F-A-L-L, eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. And that'd be much appreciated. And thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Have yourselves a... oh, just to finish with this, by the way, I put this together, I don't know, a month ago or two. This is all pictures from old books, magazines. Cool, eh? Neat, eh? Like normally would be like family type pictures in there. Sorry about the glare though. Jesus, wait a minute. There we go. I think I put this for like 30 bucks or 25 bucks or something. Anyway, somebody come pick it up. 20 bucks. Montreal, Montreal, Montreal. New York, New York. This I don't remember where. And that's in Montreal. Or Toronto. No, it's Montreal. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Take care. All the best. And bye-bye.